Okay, so next up is Monster Island. I reviewed this one, and unfortunately, Eric, I hopefully Eric gets to see Monster Island because he has a buddy of his who is in the movie. For the I don't want just a person that he likes his. I'll get to him in a sec. I'll get to this person in a second, and Eric can talk a little bit about him too as well. So Monster Island, based on Malay folklore and drawing inspiration. I think the kids call it inspo these days, Eric Holmes. They call it instead of inspiration, they go inspo. You ever use the word
Kids these
inspo?
days don't use full word.
So drawing inspiration, not inspo, from creature from the Black Lagoon. This feature is set on in World War II, actually specifically 1942. There's a Japanese ship called the Hell Ship, and what this Hell Ship does is that it transports just British like POWs during World War II, and they do experiments on them, they torture them, and this Hell Ship is going back to Japan with with a bunch of people. Two of these people are chained together. One of them is a British POW played by Callum Woodhouse. The other is a Japanese man who's chained up to this British POW for a specific mysterious reason, and that person is played by Dean Fukjioka. So these are the main actors, Dean Fukjioka and Callum Woodhouse. Again, Callum Woodhouse is the POW, and Dean Fukjioka is the Japanese person who is possibly a convict, possibly a killer. Who knows? He is tied to this. They're chained together. That movie, The Defiant Ones, with Tony Curtis and Sidney Poitier, it has a little bit of that trope in it. What happens is this Japanese ship situation is only a few minutes long because what happens is there's an attack, there's a torpedo, the ship blows up. Most of the people on the ship die instead. But these two, everyone, pretty much almost everyone dies except these two people, these two prisoners who are still chained together, but they're actually now out in the middle of a seemingly deserted island. Okay. And I'm sure they're thanking their lucky stars. They survived it. But the problem is, one's Japanese, one's British. They're chained together. The first thing they do is when they look at each other, they're trying to survive, and they start doing fisticuffs, and they start beating on each other and whatnot. And who knows, maybe they might kill each other until a mysterious creature attacks the British POW. And you're wondering, okay, they're not each other's, they may not be friends, but maybe they need to, even if they're enemies, maybe they should team up and figure out what mysterious creature or entity just tried to attack that British POW. The rest of the movie deals with these two men getting to know each other. Unfortunately, they only get to know each other not through language. One of them speaks English, one of them speaks Japanese. So there's a lot of miscommunication, but they end up teaming up to figure out if there is a creature in the island and what will they do. Can they survive without being killed by this creature known as the Orang Ikan? The Orang Ikan. And it's a creature played by Alan Maxon. Eric Holmes, Alan Maxon, I believe that's his name. How do you don't know Alan Maxon yourself? Can you tell our listeners?
I was the director of Alien Planet. We did an interview with him on it's like probably
Wait,
like half an hour long, something like that.
yeah.
It was a pretty long interview.
And you
And
love that movie. You love Alien Planet.
yeah, I was kind of a scrappy kind of enemy mindy movie kind of thing. It was fun. And he was also the sandworm at the Oscars. Actually, he usually plays creatures a lot in movies and stuff. But yeah, he's a cool guy, so I'm cool to see he's still doing stuff. And I guess he's got a new movie coming out pretty soon. Let me see.
Oh, I'm sure you're probably excited about that. But yeah, while you
Uh,
look,
A Party of Darkness.
hmm,
Looks like he's directing that one, and he's probably starring that as well.
okay. So
Yeah,
that's Alan Maxon. And he is the orangutan in this movie called Monster Island. The actual original title is called Orang Ikan, and that's a little bit more memorable. But I guess for stateside, for people in North America, maybe Monster Island would be more palatable. And not exactly, in my opinion, a memorable title, but the movie itself is memorable because it's directed and written by Mike Wiluan. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that name correctly, but armed with not too much of a budget, he crafts a very tight narrative. It's only 83 minutes, Eric. 83 freaking minutes. I know House on Eden was 78 minutes, but this one at 83 minutes for a movie about two men trying to escape a creature a, in an island. It's pretty intense and with not too much money to boot. And the movie
I
looks, yeah, go ahead.
I should point out, and again, I should also give House on Eden props for that. And just the movies in general, at least the ones we've been getting, have been relatively short, like hour and a
Yeah.
half or less. And we've had movies with a lot of plot depth, character depth, emotional depth, and they get all that done in hour and a half time, as opposed to 2.5 hour movies where it's like you're just staring at a wall through most of this time. I don't think this needed to be the 2.5 hours you thought it did. You probably could have
Exactly.
taken all those extraneous scenes out and probably cut it down to an hour and a half.
Yeah, and Eric, to your point with Monster Island, is there a lot of backstory? Is there a lot of touchy-feely moments? Is there a lot of getting to know you situations? On one hand, you have 83 minutes, and even sometimes some are able to do this. There's not a lot of world building with Monster Island. That said, I didn't mind it. It's just a great mechanism. It's two people trying to survive. They can't communicate via language, and this monster is very deadly. And also, practical effects, real Alan Maxon in costume as a monster is cool, right? As opposed to VFX or CGI. It's great to see a real creature feature movie with an indie budget. And I think for the most part, this movie at 83 minutes, it works. It's a tight, good action narrative. And the fact that it's set in this island, you get some really beautiful locales. I think there's a sequence in a cave and by a waterfall. And there's the use of the island is really well done. And for an indie film, this is a very immersive 83-minute genre film, creature feature genre film. So I enjoyed also very good performances by Dean Fukjioka and Callum Woodhouse. They're very good in this movie. My rating on Monster Island, again, running on 83 minutes and streaming on Shudder on Friday, July 25th, I'm giving it 4 stars. A
I would
solid.
say Alan Maxon is the Andy Serkis of practical costumes.
Of
Or
excellent.
Andy Serkis does the motion capture, you get Andy Serkis. You want the practical costumes, you get Alan Maxon.
And he's very good as Orang Ikan. Okay, so would love to hear what you guys think of Monster Island. Hopefully, some of you really enjoy this 83-minute movie. It seems like a small scale B movie, and although it wears its hat really well within this genre, and it surprised me at how pretty good it was. It was a really good movie. 4 stars for me. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. For more movie and television reviews and interviews, please subscribe to my Deepest Dream channel. Like, comment, share, subscribe. And as always, thanks so much for your support. Take care.